Hello everyone. Today I'll show you that how you can do parameterized testing through the ATF. So let's take an example that you go to this incident form, and in this incident form there are multiple combination. Like if you see that the impact is low, urgency is low, the priority is 5, right? Similarly, if you change to that high, the priority got changed to 3, right? So if you want to test the complete scenario like impact, urgency, this combination, what you have to do, you have to keep writing the steps again and again. So these multiple steps are looping through multiple time, right? So for example, if you change to that high, this priority will be changed to the critical. Now there are multiple combination, right? So there is a 3 here and there is a 3 value here. So there are multiple combination. Based on this multiple combination, it can create a output called priority, right? So this is a repeated test that you want to do through the parametering. Okay, through the parameter. So you pass a parameter, you get a value, and you check that that value is expected or not. So using that parameterized ATF testing, you can achieve this scenario. So in the ATF, what we will do that we'll pass this impact and urgency with the different combination. The first step is might be we are passing that high, medium, low. We'll pass different combination in the ATF, and then in the output we'll check that the priority is getting that value or not. So we'll pass different combination in this ATF, and then we'll verify their combination of the output. So let me do that. So we'll go to this automated test again and go to this test. We are going to create a new test called, let's say that the priority verification. So we'll say, so once you created your test, you check this enable parameterized testing, you will be see that one more tab is called parameter definition test data run set. Okay, so these two new tab will be visible here. The purpose of this parameter definition is that what we are going to test, that we are going to pass this impact and urgency with the different combination, and then we'll check that output of that priority is setting based on that or not. So we'll pass two parameter, and then in the third parameter we're going to verify that, right? So in this case, in our parameter definitions, we have to define you know, 3 parameter: impact, urgency, and then priority. Now, if you see that in this parameter definition, there are two button is there. One called exclusive parameter and another called shared parameter. So shared parameter is something, if you create some parameter, it will be added all your other ATF test where the enable parameter is there. But exclusive parameter is something that is only for this test. So our case, impact, urgency, and priority will be only limited for the priority verification test. So we'll create the exclusive parameter here. We'll click this add exclusive parameter, and then here it will define, or you can define that type, you can define the label and then column. So our case that you can see that impact and urgency both are choice. So we'll put here called type equal to choice. Okay, as it is choice, remember that the we need to define the choice value also. So we'll put that the our first variable called impact, and as you can see, it's coming as u underscore impact. So this is our first variable or first parameter actually created. Now in this case, that impact is a choice. It means that it have a drop down. So we need to define the choice in the bottom. So we need to define choice here. So let's define the choice here. We'll click this new button. The first is called 1 dash high, and then the value, backend value is 1. Second is the medium, the backend value is 2, and third is the low, the backend value is 3. So we need to keep doing that. I'll quickly do that for you and then tell you that. So as you can see that for impact, I have created 3 value. One for, I'll update the sequence also here. 200, and then this one will be 300. So as you can see that I have created three value choice value, high, medium, low. The similar way I had to do for impact I have done. So urgency and priority. Priority have 5 combination, and then urgency have 3 combination. I'll quickly do that for you, and then I'll just come back. As you can see that I have created urgency, priority, impact, these three parameter. If you notice the type, urgency and impact I have created as a choice, priority I have created the string. You can actually create the choice also. I just want to show both, like you can create choice or string, anything, because ultimately the things matter is that your backend value. Okay, so you can check that let's say that if you're passing that high and high, the value should be critical. It have the 5 actually. So if you see that if I put low, it have that 5 choice. So I thought not to spend so much time to creating this choice. So I just moved this to string. So these two I have created as choice. This is I created as a string. You could have created as a choice also. Okay, so our parameter is defined, right? Now we have to define the steps. What steps we are going to perform? The first step is that opening a new form called incident form. Then we are going to set some value called impact and urgency. And after setting this value, we'll verify that the priority value is coming properly or not that we are expecting. So this is what our goal is that. So, okay, so let's define the test. Under this test step, I'm not going to create the user, giving the ITL role, all this. Right now, it is going to happen everything through the admin account. If you want to do full proof proper test, you can do that. Now here, I'll click add test steps here. First, we are going to open a new form. Click next. Now we have to define the table name called incident. So we'll select the table name equal to incident. So first form is open. Now we are going to set some value. We are going to set impact and urgency from the parameter. So we'll go here, add test steps. Then we'll select that called set field value. Click next. What value we want to set? We want to set impact and urgency value. So as you can see, it's pre-populated with short description and caller. We'll change to that impact and urgency. Okay, so we are going to set that impact and urgency. What value I want to set? I'm not going to set any static value. I will set the value from the parameter. So we'll click here, parameter, and then we'll select from impact parameter, and then urgency we'll select from that parameter urgency. Okay, and then click submit. So we'll get this value or parameter, that the value we'll get from the parameter. Next, we'll click add test steps, and then we'll verify the field value verification. So field values validation, we'll click that, and then next that. After setting this value, we'll check that what should be our expectation. So let's say that you set that low, the value should be as a 5, as a planning, right? So we'll select that priority equal to. So here under field value verification, we are going to set the value, or we are going to check the value. So what we are going to check that? The priority we are going to check that. Priority is the parameter from the priority we are going to check that. So this is what we are going to check that. So we'll pass something, we'll get that, and then we'll verify that. Okay. Now we define that this parameter, we define that what test needs to be performed. Now we have to define that what combination we are going to test that. We are going to combine, we are going to test the combination of this thing, right? So here under this test run data set, you can import that data or you can create manually. So we are going to create multiple combination. The first combination, we are going to say that if impact equal to low, then urgency equal to low, the priority will be 5, right? So we'll say that impact low, priority urgency low, and as it is string, it is not coming, so priority will be 5. So this is our first data set. Okay, so we can keep adding multiple data set. We'll click another one. So let's say that if impact equal to high, urgency equal to high, the priority will be 1. Okay, so let's do that. Impact high, urgency high, priority equal to 1. Okay, so it's the second combination. Third combination, impact high, urgency is low, then it will go to the moderate one. So let's create another data set. So you can create multiple data sets. The profit or the benefit is that if you create the choice, you can select that, and if you have that string, you need to manually put that value. So let's say that impact equal to high, urgency equal to low. So impact equal to high, urgency equal to low. In that case, what is the value? The value should be priority value equal to 3. So let's put that 3. So this is, I'm going to change that 4 for testing purpose and to show you that it is going to fail. If you put 3, it will go pass. If you put 4, it will fail. So I'll put 4 for the timing for testing to show you that it's getting failed. Okay. So I put that 4. Okay. Now all this combination is done. What will we do? That our test runner, it will first pick that order. The first order is what? First order is low, low. Second order is high, high. Third order is high, low, right? So it will pick one by one order and then run whole test steps and then give the result. So try to create minimal test step, because this combination will be repeat all this test data set one by one. So it will pass that, it will run for one row, it will run for second row, it will run for third row. All will run for each steps. So right now I have data set of 3 and test step is 3. So it will run 9 steps. Okay, so let me run that. So if I click run test steps and then here click there, as you can see that our first data set is called low low. It will run that with the low low. So as you can see that here it sets that impact equal to 3, urgency equal to 3, and then priority equal to 5, and checking that it is correct value or not. So it is just verifying the priority. It's not setting impact, setting urgency, setting, and priority is verifying. As you can see, this steps 2, it set impact equal to 1, urgency equal to 1, at priority set as critical, it is testing that. And in the third steps, this is going to fail as we are going to pass impact equal to 1 and urgency equal to 3, and then we put the priority equal to wrong. So this is going to be fail. So now if I go here, you can see that we have passed 3 data set, and then first 2 data set are passed. Third data set had failed because we have passed the wrong priority combination and it got failed. So this way you can actually enable the parameterized verification, and you can do parameterized testing, multiple, you can run the multiple test steps. So that's it for today. If you have any question, let me know in my comment section. Thank you very much. Have a great day.